So today, I want to revisit the app BigScreen. I've been spending quite a bit of time in it, and what I want to actually share is a little more detail on some of the environments that you can choose within BigScreen. So when you actually turn on the app and boot it up, it actually sends you down here. Let's see if I can, there we go. Usually starts you here. You have a screen in front of you, this screen usually. So it loads it up. And then this is like your main starting point. Now this is quite lovely, but I find myself not liking it too much. It's not that I dislike it, it's just that I don't prefer it. It's a nice space, but it's just not my style, I don't think. So when I do actually come in here to watch things like YouTube, Disney Plus, whatever, I don't really stick around in here. I don't like this environment too much. Now, real quick, I'll show you different parts of it so you can kind of get an idea. Because even though I don't prefer it, I do appreciate the detail that has been put into this. When the whole point of this is just so you can look at that screen over there and watch some movies. The fact that they have these extra waypoints you can go to. Now, just look at this. They've got I don't know if that's an actual Roomba, but it's supposed to be like that little robotic vacuum thing. And they have an elevator with shelves. Now, I've actually physically walked to try to see what's further down in those areas. Spoiler, nothing. They only animate so far. That area is pretty much just darkness. That area kind of goes into what looks like they were gonna turn it into some kind of garage, and then they just stopped drawing. But there are other environments. Now, I found that the large theaters that they have, even the lobby, I don't know, I don't care for it. I think it's more for people who are sharing this experience with others. So they have other people with them, so they need the space. So you can be sitting in that chair and your friend can be sitting in any of these chairs, in any of these little diamond points. And maybe you can even have a big party if you have a bunch of friends and they're all interacting with each other and just in this space. But for me, I've been using it by myself. I don't have any friends with headsets that can share this experience with me. And I really don't feel inclined to try to make friends with headsets. I enjoy it by myself. And I have a feeling that I'm not alone in that situation. There will be a lot of people who just want to be able to watch from an environment that may not be what they're used to. Maybe you're in a small apartment, maybe you just have a small room that you're in, but you could experience, just watching TV in a room that you'll probably never experience in your real life. Take that for what you will, whether that's sad or just reality, however you want to take it. But again, I don't really care for the large theaters. This main room just isn't my style. This one is okay. I kind of like this one. It doesn't feel like a home space. It feels like a bar. Like those little bars that you might go to, or these little cafes, I guess, little clubs, where it's really cozy and only for a select few. feels like that. It feels like a lounge area within a bar, I would say. But it's nice. It's a bit, to me, it's a bit more cozy than the other one, than the first one, the main one. But even then, my favorite actually seems to be the apartment. The apartment has different areas, and you can even go to it in different times of the day. So, for example, in the daytime, I can go into the living room of this apartment and have the sun coming in through the shades, through the curtains. You can see outside from there. And this is a very, very nice open space. Very simple. There's not much going on here. There can be a TV or a screen for the kitchen area. There's one in this side room, and then there's this main one. Now, I find myself just sitting here most of the time, looking at this screen, and getting used to this idea of this being the room I'm actually in, to the point that I forget. I really do. So after watching a few shows for however long, when it's time to take off the headset, it can be a tiny bit of a shock. Just a little bit, because it's like you're being pulled out of this this dimension and being thrown back into your own dimension, so to speak. I know that sounds dramatic, but it's true. It's you kind of open it up and it's a little bit of a shell shock, because even though this is animated, you get acclimated to it, you get used to it very quickly, especially when this is all you're seeing as you move around. Now, in the daytime I use this because I kind of want to have that awake feeling of daytime. But at night, if let's say I want to watch something before I go to sleep, but I don't want to have this aggressive light and this feeling of daytime, which can disrupt my sleep pattern, I can come to the same room at night. As you can see, it's nighttime out there, and you have more gentle lighting here. I tend to like watching from this perspective. And I can sit here for a good half an hour watching a show and just kind of enjoying being in this oversized but simple environment, this very nice, like luxury looking apartment. And it just kind of, it just fits, at least with me anyway. You might like the other environments, but this is something that I can sit in for probably all day if I didn't have other things to do, and watch TV, watch movies, and just relax in a completely different environment that I probably would never be able to experience unless I made a major life change. Now, I think I can go outside from here, can I? Maybe not. To go out there, you'd have to go like that. So this is the balcony, and you can actually have a big screen just floating in the sky, and laying down on one of those, I don't know what you call those, one of those chairs. And if you're sitting in bed, it actually matches perfectly, as if you were laying down on that little thing there. Now, here you could also have a screen, and then at the other end, you can have a screen, but I think that's only in the daytime. No, let's see. Yeah, this is the north balcony. That's the south balcony. And now, as you can see, we're on the opposite side, and it's nice and bright. And as you can see, it's like a cityscape. And if I wanted to bring up let's see, how would to make the screen come up, I'd actually have to open one of these apps, but I don't want to do that right now. But there would be a screen pretty much just right here in the way. And I have actually sat here and watched, usually when it's daytime out and it's just too cold because we're still in winter. But I want to feel like it's not. I would open this up, kind of get that city skyline feel, and just kind of forget where I'm at for a little bit. And I think that's what's the best part of this app. It's not just, oh, you get to watch on a big screen. It's you get to watch on a big screen in a completely different environment. Now, on occasion, let's go back here. I do kind of like this outdoorsy one. Let's see if I can find it. So we got this one, which you can teleport to different parts. And there is a screen that you can use that kind of pops up right about there. But maybe I don't want to watch a screen. Maybe I just want to sit here for a little bit. And just listen to the... Yes, I know it's simulated, but... if I try hard enough, I can actually feel like I'm outside, like I'm in the woods. Now, again, this is pretty much whatever your taste is. Oh, I can actually go to the south balcony and the nighttime as well. But it looks like for the daytime, it's only the south balcony. You can't go to the north balcony. Now, let me just show you real quick what this looks like. Again, so you have this massive screen. Now, I will say this. It is nice every once in a while, but, you know, because I get to lay down and I can kind of match up. But I don't know, it's not... Maybe it's the angle. Maybe if the screen was just a little bit lower, it would be more comfortable. But that's what I wanted to show you. This app is currently my favorite app within the entire Quest 2 library so far that I have. I've yet to play any games other than maybe one or two just to check them out, but nothing really in depth, nothing that was too serious, because I find myself just spending time here watching videos. Probably at some point I will force myself to actually start playing games, because I do also want to record gameplay. But if you did enjoy this, and you're still watching, obviously, hit like, leave a comment, let me know what you might want to see, and if you want to see more, subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. And until then, take care.